Matthew Perry, the story of Friends actor who aged badly. His life story will make you cry. For his part as Chandler Bing on Friends, Matthew Perry was quite well known. However, Matthew battled substance and alcohol addiction behind the scenes. His horrifying social media post has alarmed his followers. Just before he died, the message gave the impression that he was drowning in his hot tub and was pleading for assistance. A lot of people think he took his own life. Millions of people laughed at him, but his personal life was collapsing around him. His appearance started changing from season to season. Friends ended, but the problems persisted, and Matthew had to manage his illness and profession while facing criticism from the media. Years later, Matthew finally talked about the terrible grief that came very close to killing him. He was devastated by co-star Jennifer Aniston's rejection. When he confided in her about his affections, Matthew went crazy when she moved on with Brad Pitt and chose someone else. Since he was a teenager, Matthew has always desired to be an actor. But when he was cast as Chandler Bing on Friends, it was the chance of a lifetime. The primary cast members saw significant pay rises as a result of the show's explosive rise in popularity. Each of the main actors was making $1 million each episode by the 9th and 10th seasons. Matthew received special recognition for his performance. Despite his superb looks and sardonic sense of humor, Chandler Bing was a decent-natured guy who always had horrible luck with the girls. His persona was incredibly sympathetic. However, Matthew's life wasn't quite as ideal. Behind closed doors, something that would send Matthew's life into a tailspin was about to occur in 1997. He had a jet ski accident in order to relieve his agony. Taken as directed, Matthew recalls feeling better than he had been in a long time. His penchant for drinking and his Vicodin habit were a bad mix. Matthew checked himself into treatment for the first time in 1997. Following his initial stay in treatment, Matthew was sent to the hospital in 2000 due to pancreatitis, an illness brought on by alcohol and other drug usage. At the height of his sickness, Matthew Perry confronted Serving's period in the filming of Friends in 2001. He suffered from serious mental illness and struggled to cope, turning to alcohol. He commuted between Los Angeles and Dallas on a daily basis. His feeling of detachment and autopilot between action and cut negatively impacted his effectiveness at work. Despite his sobriety issues, he maintained a rule never to consume substances on set. He did, however, frequently experience bodily discomfort due to hangovers or detox symptoms. Rather than being gregarious, his drinking was isolating, which made him lonely. Though he was too preoccupied with his issues to realize it, he was surrounded by supportive friends and co-workers. It was hard to see Matthew at his lowest, as his friends, Lisa Kudrow and Marta Kaufman did. Unfortunately, he was unable to accept their help at first, due to his condition. He eventually came to a turning point and, in a courageous gesture, asked his parents for help. His second stint in treatment came about as a result of him putting his rehabilitation above his career, which put a stop to Friends production and caused the movie Serving Sarah to be delayed by 13 days. He went back to treatment for the third time in 2011 as a preventive strategy, rather than as a result of a recurrence. During his time out from the spotlight, he concentrated on his recuperation. After this stint, Matthew became actively involved in helping others with their recovery. Matthew Perry's life has not been easy, and it's important to acknowledge that time has naturally brought changes to his body and mind.